What is up, weather enthusiasts? I'm your host, Pat's Path Predictor. Let's get right into the weather. Alright, so here's the situation we have for you, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I did not expect we were going to see this, but weather is always unexpected. So this is what we got going on right here. We have another moderate risk issued, this time for Kansas and Oklahoma, including Oklahoma City, Norman, Fort Sill, Woodward, near Liberal, Kansas, enhanced around that, and a slight from Tallahassee, Florida, all the way to Colorado. So we have a lot to talk about right now. First, we're going to go ahead and show you the risks. 10% tornado risk right there. 45% wind risk, which means we have a 45% hatched risk, which means we have a 45% risk of 75-plus mile-per-hour winds happening within 25 miles of a point. And the hail is also at 45%, which means we have a 45% chance of 2-inch hail happening within 25 miles of a point. We're going to go ahead and read the summary, and then we're going to get to the models. Widespread severe storms associated with damaging wind gusts, large hail, and a few tornadoes are expected this afternoon into tonight across parts of the southern and central plains. Hailstones greater than 2 inches in diameter and wind gusts above 80 miles per hour will be possible along the most intense parts of a fast-moving line of storms. A severe threat also exists for parts of the southeast and in parts of the Midwest. So that's what we got going on right here. We're going to go ahead and pull up the HUR and give you a general timing of all this. So this is what we got going on right here. This is now 12Z right here, or 7 in the morning. Things are going to start firing off very fast. Starting around 3 o'clock in the afternoon into the 4 o'clock hour, things really start to blow up across the Texas Panhandle, Oklahoma, Kansas, a little bit of Colorado, and things start really ramping up by around 7 o'clock. We have a lot of storms firing up near the Texas-Oklahoma border. We have an isolated cell near Dallas-Fort Worth right here. It actually moves right through the Metroplex right there, this extreme southern one right here. And this continues and continues and continues. They start dying down or tomorrow morning right there. But with these, we could see 80-mile-per-hour winds, more than 2-inch hail. In fact, I want to go ahead and show you a tweet by Brian James right here. Look at the surface-based Cape forecast this afternoon. It doesn't get much more extreme than this. For those of you chasing today, you are going to be right on top of storms if you see anything. Very low visibility, dangerous way to chase. That is crazy right there. Look at how much Cape we're looking at. We're looking at almost 6,000 joules per kilogram of Cape right here. So looking at all of this right here by itself, that doesn't tell the whole picture. We're going to go ahead and show you a couple of other things. We're going to go ahead and show you the Cape. We already showed you the Cape, essentially. We're going to go ahead and show you the supercell composite, and then we're going to show you the SIG-TOR parameter, although it is going to be a lot harder to show because for some reason COD does not like to present that. So this is what we got. The supercell composite, rather, really starts to explode around 0Z or 7 o'clock, and this explosion goes on until 11 o'clock at night. We're looking at a supercell composite at the max 34. That's similar to what we saw yesterday. That's an extreme amount right there. 34, and a lot of this is near Oklahoma, Texas, right there. And then the SIG-TOR parameter around that same area, it gets up to 12.3 right here. That's, again, an extreme amount right there, and we're going to pluck a sounding from that as we have two other soundings that we want to talk to you about as well. We're also going to show you the dew points as well. As we're taking a look at this, the shear is primed for tornado development. 33 knots of shear at 1 kilometer, that's easily going to get the job done right there. The SRH values are at 390 at 1 kilometer and 519 at 3 kilometers. And that 6-kilometer shear is 63 knots. And look at the directional shear on this. That's almost 90 degrees. That's absolutely going to enhance some tornado development right there if stuff does pop off. Next we're going to show you is in Oklahoma right here. And this is a lot better for large hail damaging winds than tornadoes because we're only at 14 knots of shear at 1 kilometer, 331 at 3, and 65 at 6, which is going to absolutely enhance supercell development. into that. We do have a bit of a cap going into this, which once this thing breaks, it'll break very explosively. And the last sounding we're going to go ahead and show you, this was taken around the Texas-Oklahoma border as well, a little bit further to the east. And as you can see with this, SRH at 1 kilometers at 320, 34 knots a shear, 37 knots a shear at 3 kilometers, 64 knots at 6 kilometers right there. The directional shear is over 90 degrees right there, which I think is pretty interesting right there. But yeah, we have shear values that are primed for potential tornado development. We have cape values primed for a lot of severe weather today, especially in Oklahoma and Texas. Even Dallas-Fort Worth may see something with this. OKC is absolutely going to see stuff. Norman's going to see stuff. So if you're out there storm chasing, the one thing I have to say is be very careful about this. Now, the last thing I'm going to go ahead and show you is the temperature and dew points. The temperatures do start to cool off as this event continues right here. The temperatures peak around 21 Z. It gets up to 105 in parts of Texas, but that's not where the severe weather is. We're looking at the lower to mid 90s in a lot of these areas. The dew points, even though they're not as impressive, they start to get very impressive into the evening. And we're looking at high 70s dew points around the area of moderate risk, which that's a pretty crazy situation, especially for Oklahoma out of all places. DFW's in the mid to upper 70s right there. And yeah, there is more than enough moisture to basically do something right here. So yeah, the last thing I'm going to say before I close out this video is if you're in Oklahoma, if you're in Texas, if you're in Kansas, if you're in DFW, OKC, Norman, all these areas, find your safe spot, prepare, and basically we'll have to wait and see what happens from there. And if you're out storm chasing, be very careful once again. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Helps us out, helps us make more videos like these. The goal of this channel is to get more people engaged with weather. If you want to help us out, feel free to join the Storms United Discord server. Link is in the description down below. Or if you just want to have a little bit of fun with us, feel free to join. But with that being said, have a wonderful day, guys. Stay safe.